all the time to come out and bring her wisdom with her. When Humba came out, King Lion said, "Now, this wise old woman, she will show us where the water is. And every one of you sleeping animals, you will help her by bringing her food so that she does not have to stop. She will just keep digging for days." And so she did. She did. She just kept digging and digging and digging. Now, a tortoise, being a bit like a turtle, except much bigger, moved slowly and steadily. Oh, she danced, but it was a very slow dance. And she never stopped digging. And she got deeper and deeper. And all the other animals, they had to bring her food. All except for Shulo. Shulo was the trickster hare. Shulo was the trickster hare that decided if there was not dancing and singing involved, he didn't want to be there. He said, "Oh no, this isn't for me. I'm off to go find some honey. That's what I'll do." And so Shulo, the trickster hare, who was very much like a rabbit, hippity hop, hippity hop, hippity hop across the desert, and he was into the jungle looking for honey. Well, the other animals had to hold big leaves over Shulo, over the tortoise, so that Humba could keep on digging and not get too hot in the sun. And they had to bring her something to eat. And she dug, and she dug, and she dug. And all the time, where's that trickster hare? Where is Shulo, the trickster hare? Oh, having a good time in the jungle. Yeah. Well, Shulo did what she was supposed to do. She dug down, she dug a great big deep hole, and they found water down there. Once they had the water, why, everyone had a nice fresh drink. And the King Lion, though, he knew that everyone had helped except for Shulo, that trickster hare. Yeah, he didn't do a thing. He said, "Now we've got to guard this well. We've got to make sure that nobody gets our water. Nobody that didn't help will get our water." And so it was the zebra who said, "Oh, don't worry. I'll guard the well tonight. I'll keep an eye on things. Nobody's going to get into our well. Don't worry about a thing." Well, everybody had their drink, went home to their homes, and the zebra sat there watching all night long. And then it happened. Shulo, the trickster hare, came from behind the bushes, saying, Ooh, I have something sweet in my calabash here. I sure would like to share this with somebody. If I only knew if somebody was up this late in the evening." And as he came around to the well, he said, Oh, it's you, zebra. Oh, well, I'd like to share some of it." Zebra said, What have you got in there? What have you got in your calabash? And he said, "Well, it's the sweetest honey in all of Africa. Oh, and I do want to share it with you, but you know what? I'm afraid that if I give you a little taste, you're going to want more." And Zebra said, No, I just want a little taste. I just want a little taste. And Shulo said, "No, I can't trust you unless you let me tie you up. That way I know you won't steal it from me. If I tie up your front legs and your back legs, I'll give you a taste." Well, all the animals loved honey. And so the zebra said, Okay, you can tie me up. And so Shulo tied up his back legs, he tied up his front legs, and then he took a stick and he dipped it down deep into his calabash, because there was only a little bitty drop in there, and he got a little bit of honey on it, and he let the zebra taste it. Oh, it was the best honey in all of Africa. And he did indeed want more, and even though he struggled, he could not get out. And Shulo said, "See, I knew you'd want more. It's a good thing you're tied up. But, alas, I have no more. What I really came for is water. Yes, some fresh, clear water." With that, Shulo dipped his calabash into the well. He drank, and again. And then one more time, right over his head, he filled up his calabash, put the lid on, set it just out of reach of the zebra, and then he jumped into the well. He jumped into the well and he swam around. He swam around all night long until just before the morning came. He took his calabash and went to hide in the jungle again. Well, when all the other animals came in the morning and they saw the zebra tied up like that, and they saw their well full of mud and hair, the zebra had to tell them what had happened. Oh, he was watching. He stayed awake, but somebody got their water and somebody muddied up their well. Well, they had to look for somebody else to guard the well then, of course. So they needed somebody else, somebody like big and brave and strong. Who?
The lion. No.
Well, the lion was the... A rhino decided to do it. Now, the lion would, but, you know, he was the king, and he shouldn't have to work. So they got the rhino to do it. Good idea. Now, the rhino was big. Nobody's going to mess with the rhino, right? So he sat by the side of that well that night. He said, don't worry, nobody's going to trick me. But that night, just as the sun was beginning to go down, Shulo came by. And he was saying that wonderful stuff. He said, oh, I got some honey. I just wish I could share it with a friend. Any friend would be delighted to have some of this honey. It's the best in all of Africa. And, of course, the rhino, did he like honey? Oh, yeah. He said, Shulo, is that you? Come show me what you have. Well, Shulo came out and said, show me. I've got honey, but I really can't share it with you unless I can trust you, and the only way I can trust you is to... Yeah. Well, he wanted the honey, so you know what Shulo did. Tied up his back legs, tied up his front legs, and he was a rhino, he was strong, so Shulo had to use a lot of knots, a lot of vines from the jungle. And then when he was tied up, Shulo reached deep down into that, and he let the rhino taste it. Oh, Shulo, I want more! I want more honey! Please, please, please! I need more of that honey! And Shulo said, sorry, it's gone. I wouldn't give you anything more than a drop. I came for the... And so he dipped his calabash in there and he drank. It was good. It was delicious water, cool water, clean water. And then he took a calabash full of water, he put the lid on, and then what do you think he did? He jumped in and started swimming around. Oh, he had a grand time. And just before the sun came up in the morning, he jumped out, grabbed his calabash, and he was gone. The other animals, same as before, saw what had happened to the rhino. They were disappointed. Well, one after the other. The monkey had to try, the elephant tried, all the animals of the jungle tried to catch Shulo. But they couldn't, because they all got tricked. They all wanted some. Then the king lion, he said, now we will have the wisest one among us guard the well. Our dear old Humba, the tortoise. And Humba, excuse me, no, and Humba said she would guard the well. But Humba, when the sun went down, she did not sit on the side of the well. No, instead, she went down into the well, and she sat underneath the water. When Shulo came that night, he said, oh, I wish I had somebody to share. Oh, there's nobody here. I guess they've given up. They know I'm too smart. I'm just going to get all their water anyway. They've given up. Well, I'll have this drop of honey, and I'll have all the water for myself. He drank the water, he filled his calabash, and then he jumped in. He started to swim around, but as soon as he started to swim around, something grabbed his leg. And something started to pull him under. Shulo! Humba, is that you? Oh, wise old tortoise, is that you underneath the ground there? Underneath the water? Please let me go. Please don't drown me. Well, Humba did not drown Shulo. Humba just stayed there all night long, holding on to his leg, right out there in the middle of that well. And Shulo couldn't get away. In the morning, when all the animals came to get their morning drink, they saw Shulo in the middle of the well, just staying there. And they knew who was underneath the well, underneath the water. Well, they all surrounded the well. They all made a circle around that great big pool of water. And then when Shulo let go, when Humba let go, they grabbed Shulo. They grabbed that Hare and they dragged him in front of the king. Yes, in front of the king. And the king was outraged. He said, "You have stolen from us. You did nothing to dig this well. You did nothing to help Humba, who worked so hard. And you have fooled and tricked all of our animals. Now, you may not live to see another day." Ooh, that's pretty serious. Well, Shulo knew that he had to think fast, so he said, "Oh, Your Majesty, you're right. I deserve punishment, but please, if I have to die, could I please have just one more song and one more dance?" The king, he was fair, and he did have some mercy in his heart, and so he said, "This will be your last dance. Dance it now." And so he started like this. Oogala, 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 ooh. Can you do that? Oogala, 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 ooh. Oogala, oogala, shrug, shrug, shrug. Oogala, oogala, shrug, shrug, shrug. Wiggle, waggle, wiggle, waggle, lug, lug, lug. Oogala, oogala, shrug, shrug, shrug. Wiggle, waggle, lug, lug, lug. Oogala, oogala, shrug, shrug, shrug. Wiggle, waggle, lug, lug, lug. Here comes the best part. Ready? Tickety, tick, tickety, tick, tickety, tick, wee! Can we put it all together? Oogalug, shrug, shrug, shrug. Wiggle, waggle, lug, lug, lug. Tickety, tick, tickety, tick, tickety, tick, wee! And all the animals started dancing with him, because what do the animals love to do? Sing and dance. So let's see if we can dance like all the jungle animals. Ready? Oogalug, shrug, shrug, shrug. Wiggle, waggle, lug, lug, lug. Tickety, tick, tickety, tick, tickety, tick, wee! Oogalug, shrug, shrug, shrug. Wiggle, waggle, lug, lug, lug. Tickety, tick, tickety, tick, tickety, tick, wee! One more time, a little faster. Oogalug, shrug, shrug, shrug. Wiggle, waggle, lug, lug, lug. Tickety, tick, tickety, tick, tickety, tick, wee! The animals danced all night long. Oh my goodness, and in the morning, when the dust settled and the sun came up, King Lion looked around and he saw sleeping animals, but no Shulo. That trickster Hare, he had escaped again. That's another story. I don't know if he ever came back. Here.